Hello, fellow dragons, and welcome back to Dragons of the Treasure Coast. My name is Jason. I am your Dragon DM, and I'm sitting here with Zook, and we're going to be giving a little introduction to the campaign in the world of Duristan. All right, so we're just going to get right into this. Just
All right.
right into it. So, for the last 3 years, there's been an annual celebration held to honor those who have fought and fallen for Crestview. For those that have succumbed to the horrors and the survivors after, candles are lit and placed into folded paper lanterns that drift upwards in the sky in honor. It's always a somber ceremony followed by feasting, but this year Trigger wants to liven it up a bit, make it a more memorial occasion. So to do so, he's hired actual known tinkers that do fireworks to do the grand finale. Now, oddly, he's done all the planning and preparation from his porch. He uses runners, messengers, etc. Now, most people do understand his anxiety and try to check up on him from time to time just to make sure that he's doing okay. But even still, his quirks have gotten a little bit worse since this whole thing has started. Now, with a week left before the event, there's still a lot to do. And the village is buzzing with excitement over the finale. There's local vendors setting up booths, carpenters and masons are hard at work making stages, and anyone with a talent for music, they can be seen roaming the streets and thoroughfares. Now, hunters have been returning from far out camps, bringing in meat, furs, elk furs, deer fur, bear fur even.
Yes.
It's not winter, it's the beginning of autumn, so it's a little bit cold.
Okay.
It's not, it's kind of like the Rocky Mountains area, so imagine, I guess, like North Carolina.
Okay.
All right.
Where it's getting brisk.
Yeah, it's
coming down.
It's a little cold, but not snow or anything like that as of yet. Now, you and some friends have plans to meet at the Hidden Valley Brewery and Tavern and to celebrate Stinton's becoming an adult.
Yeah.
Now, the owners, Drummond and Thalise, they've already set up all the planning. The only thing that you really have to do is take care of any commitments that you may have for the day.
Okay.
Now, of all the days you have to run errands and have things go smoothly, this is the day. Unfortunately, the luck is not with you. Having to deliver a few completed odds and ends to clients has all but been impossible due to the fog that has rolled in overnight. Potholes are filled with puddles and the streets and walkways are muddy. You've got mud caked up to your knees and your boots are soaked through. Alright?
I wasn't very tall to begin with. Every time I step in a puddle, it's like halfway up my leg.
Totally, right? Now, what are you doing now though that you finished with all those deliveries? It's about midday.
Okay. I had planned to get in Stenton a musical box, or a music box, a wind-up music box, of a song he once told me about that he enjoyed so much that he heard from a bard. So I've spent the last few days trying to make gears and components for this music box. So throughout this day, I'm going to be trying to make or put together the music box.
All right, so you're gonna head back to your house or whatnot, your shop.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Not a problem. And that as you're going through, it's there's vendors hawking wares and stuff like that, but you feel as if you're being watched. And you kind of glance around. You don't see anything. But what are you thinking of? What are your surface thoughts, I should say?
Mainly of mapping the route back to my workshop, and then trying to make sure I have all the components.
Okay.
Like running through the list in my head.
All right, just going through the different items that you
Yeah.
need for the music box. All right. Now, as you're kind of looking around, going through this list in your head, going through the route, you see that the Dream Speaker's apprentice is kind of like staring at you. Not staring,
Yeah, not.
but just kind of like glancing your way, and then she look away, and then she glances, and she actually starts approaching. Now you know that she's a mute, so she doesn't speak.
Yeah.
So she just has a scroll in her hand. And she holds it out to you.
Thank you.
She nods. It's, papyrus. It's wrapped in dry and crackled vines. So when you break the vines, they basically turn to dust.
Okay.
So you
kind of like a
like a wax seal. Yeah.
Sign that it has been opened.
Exactly. Do you read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I pulled in close to read it.
It says, Zook, I had the strangest encounter with a canine made of wood and metal parts. I tried to do everything I could to get it to come to me, and it wouldn't. Strange as I have never had any issues with animals prior. I thought to seek your counsel, as I have determined it must be a construct of some kind. You're the only one in the village that may have known of such things. The last time I saw it was on the Turvin farmstead to the west. I don't think it means harm, even though it has scared some of the farmers. Should you be able to help allay the villagers' fears, I would be appreciative. Come see me if you learn anything, yes? Eulith.
Interesting. Do I have I seen any kind of, or do I have any knowledge about a kind of construct like this?
Make a history check. You're trying to search your memory for anything.
Curiously, this would relate to a like a tinkering device or a device of some sort.
What you're thinking of?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was out with you. Yeah, same number. Okay. What was that? Forgot. 16.
16. Actually, you do remember seeing something similar, but it wasn't about dogs. It was about bears in your parents' book called the Book of Inventions that was on their shelf in the shop. One of your parents' books.
Interesting.
It's kind of like both of their books.
Okay.
Their book, I should say.
Okay.
Yeah.
The apprentice is still in front of you.
Yeah, she's actually kind of staring at you. Now she's looking at you a little more intently, and you hear inside of your head a really sweet feminine voice. I also have a request.
If you don't mind, I'm at your service.
To the north stands Wayron Tower, abandoned except for an albino bloodhawk. I need that bird alive. It uses trickery and deception to lure innocents to their demise. It nests at the top, and its nest is littered with the bones of its many innocent victims. Eulith believes it has a purpose and should not be accosted, even though I know of a place that we could bring it to where it will live out its years in peace. I know your heart is true. Would you help me?
Not my area of expertise, but yeah, I think I could be able to help. Now it was what kind of bird to the north in the tower?
Albino bloodhawk.
Okay. Yeah. I have to do a few things. Thank you for telling me this. I'll try to help. I'll come back to you, or I'll let you know if I'm able to remove that bloodhawk safely. If we're able to move him calmly.
You hear it again in your head. Any assistance that you could provide would be great. I definitely thank you. You can find me at the Dream Speakers.
Thank you. I must bid you good day, though.
She kind of wraps her face in a scarf, because that's kind of how she always walks.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of hurries along. Her quest complete, so to speak.
Got it.
All right. What do you continue on back to your...
Yeah, I'm going to continue on back to my house, but this time I'm not focusing on the music box, I'm gonna focus on the book.
Okay. When you get back to the house, it's not hard to find. I mean, it's one of your most treasured items. It's a book, a tome, and it's just full of all of their all of what you would, not you, but what some people would say their wacky ideas and inventions.
Yeah. This is my holy scripture. I don't call it weird. And
exactly.
wacky.
You know what I mean? There's two different versions of what they call a portable home, which is like a wagon on wheels, so to speak.
Huh.
They've got all-terrain boots and just all kinds of stuff, cloaks of wings, but none of it ever seems like it would actually work. You know, like there's always something missing. And you do find one for a mechanical bear.
I'm gonna study the schematic. It's like a schematic, and try to figure out its in and outs, like how it moves and I'm trying to figure out the most I can out of the little information I have in the
All right,
book.
so you start to look over the schematic, etc., etc. It's not Arcana. It's not nature. I would say. Sorry, I'm just looking at the list here. I would say making an investigation check, because you're searching for the different ins and outs and trying to really take the schematic apart and memorize it. You know what I mean? So definitely like investigate that.
Okay. All right. 8.
Now we're gonna remember that 8 on your investigation as your general knowledge of
this device
of the mechanical beasts.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to try to accomplish or do or anything like that? It's probably maybe mid-afternoon. You've got a couple hours before the festivities start.
Okay. Now that I have a better understanding, I'm going to go and try to complete the music box.
Okay. With your tinker's tools, go ahead and roll a d20 for me, adding in your intelligence and proficiency because you're proficient with tinker's tools.
Man, I'm just not rolling very hot. 7, 8, 9, 11.
Okay. It works. It works exactly as you had planned. Is it perfect? No, you see a flaw. Will others notice the flaw? Probably not.
Okay. I'm such a sure this will suffice. Maybe I can make it better later. It's fine. And then I'll take parchment and try to wrap up the box.
Okay. Yeah, you just kind of gift wrap it. Almost like a wacky Christmas present type. And you wrap it in twine.
Yeah.
Okay, wrap it in twine. Put a little bow on it. Ready to go.
Ta-da! All right, that should be good for that.
All right. And yeah, that did take up the rest of the afternoon. By the time you tie the bow and you look out the window, you're like, oh, sun is down. And it's
all
not
right.
totally down,
Ooh.
but it's
no.
basically set. You know what I mean? So you start making your way.
Yeah.
All right.
Throw in my book bag. Always have my tools with me. Very gently put the box in the bag. My devices aren't always known to stay together very well.
Yeah, you get it secured in there. It's secured and padded well in the parchment, so you feel confident it's gonna make it.
Oh yeah.
All right, yeah, and you head to the tavern, and as you're going, you actually, right before you get there, you see Alistair step through the door, like he's right ahead of you, so you know that you're not too late if you're late at all, right? But with that, we'll go ahead and get everybody else,
Back
together, and we'll continue this on. So,
all right,
we'll see you guys later.
Bye bye.